victory for the Newcastle Maitland Region Knights in both the Andrew and Lowy Daly Cup sides. But first though, it was just spectacular for the Newcastle Maitland Region Knights, winning in both the Andrew Johns and Lowy Daly Cups. And of course, they managed to beat the Riverina Bulls up in Cessnock this afternoon. It was just massive for the Knights, who were just too strong for their rivals right throughout the game. Two games were played right up in Cessnock in the Hunter Valley today. Because of it, it was the Newcastle Maitland Region Knights up against the Riverina Bulls. First, it was up in the Andrew Johns Cup. And of course, the Knights were the first to get a penalty. And of course, local sponsors were all round. And of course, the Knights ran with the ball, unstoppable and uncontrollable, scoring try after try.
Just a bit of friendly fire there from Newcastle player down there.
With that said, the Knights received another penalty. But of course, good news for the Knights. They managed to run with the ball.
This time he goes down, I think he's okay.
Despite a bit of a heat-up. It was a massive flare-up. And of course, the Knights managed to score. Just in time. And of course, the Knights scoring 32-0. Then with the goal converted, it was changed to 34-0. And of course, with the Knights having the ball, it was just massive for Newcastle Maitland, as they all but had the ball. And of course, the game continued. It was just spectacular for Newcastle, who were just too strong for their rivals, running with the ball and scoring more tries. It was more than the first half, but the second half was better. And of course, the job had to go on. And because of that, Newcastle didn't want to be denied any tries. And because of it, Newcastle scored plenty more. Plenty of tries had to be scored during that time. But this time, good news from the Knights, they had the ball. And also, it all kept on going.
As I said it during the first half, Riverina haven't had much footy, and
of course, Newcastle had the best.
Just haven't allowed them to have it. Pretty much as simple as that. Bishop, Belzer.
And of course, it was part of junior representative football.
Bailey Haggerty's just short by 10 metres, about 5 inside field.
And of course, good news came for the Knights.
Up into Bowser. Finds Falls there. He put down on just about 5 metres away. Secured. Gets it up into that Jack Thompson.
Despite a few tackles, the Knights ran with the ball and scored,
Good carry in for the Knights, and they've gone over for 38-0.
which is then later extended thanks to a goal, 40-0.
Here at Cessnock with the kick to come directly in front.
Then it was 40-0, with the Knights winning the match. While it was also better in the Lowy Daily Cup, with Newcastle also winning the game.
What's that one in? There's options on the left side, but
Tries scored, and of course, Newcastle managed to lead 42-6. Both sides secured a win up at Cessnock Sports Ground in the Hunter Valley. The Central Coast Roosters have secured a victory over the North Coast Bulldogs in both the Andrew Johns and Lowy Daily Cups. It was just massive for the Roosters, who were too strong for their rivals right throughout the game. It's the best moment that the Central Coast Roosters had, scoring plenty of tries in the Andrew Johns and also winning the game. While in the Lowy Daily Cup, both sides were struggling first, but of course there had to be a winner.
Very much been a tale of two halves, though.
Straight in the last few minutes. And of course the Central Coast scored a try. Thankfully, the Central Coast Roosters had to grab the ball and scored a try.
At this point of the match, and Roosters play, they're losing the footing just in the middle of halfway. This is Brock Taylor.
With the finals occurring at just about months away, it's also becoming the best example.
Put it to bed with just about 10 minutes left to go.
And of course, with the finals occurring weeks away, but also the NRL is also approaching one more week away as well. But of course, the Central Coast had a penalty. And of course, the Central Coast managed to run and score, which of course was good, leading 36-18.
Come back now for the Bulldogs now. Just been put in the shredder. 36 points to 18.
Then extended to 38-18, with both the Central Coast Roosters, Andrew Johns and Lowy Daily Cup sides securing wins after the Newcastle Knights, Andrew Johns and Lowy Daily Cup sides, but this time up in Foster on the mid-north coast. The Roosters will take on Ballina. The Roosters are off to Ballina next week, where they'll face off against the Northern Rivers Titans. It was a great result for the Northern Rivers Titans. They secured a win in the Andrew Johns Cup, but lost in the Lowy Daily Cup. The Northern Rivers Titans were always going to be unstoppable in the Andrew Johns Cup.
Wolfie the strong carry.
They were playing up at Scully Park in Tamworth in the New England Northwest, where they took on the home side, the Greater Northern Tigers.
Rashowski. Ball out to Smith. Smith going for the line. Is he over?
They certainly was.
Great dive. Referee checking.
The Northern Rivers securing a huge win.
And a great try there from Caleb Smith. And the Northern Rivers Titans looking at the first win of the season, lead at 14-10.
And they certainly were. But first, they had to have a look at the referee.
That's Caleb Smith's second try of the season,
But of course,
to go with the one that he scored earlier on.
the Northern Rivers
season.
led 14 to
The
10
Northern Rivers Titans
before scoring more to win the match
second half.
26 to 10.
Thinking about
But of course, things were not good for the Northern Rivers up in the Lower Daily Cup
This looks like
that went down to the Greater Northern Tigers.
That's a big. Is he going
And
to
of course, good news came for the Greater Northern Tigers, securing a huge win
Pretty solid here by the Tigers.
over the Northern Rivers Titans.
There goes Hamlin with a beautiful run through the gap. And Jordan Hamlin scores the try directly off the kickoff set. That's a wonderful piece of work.
Meanwhile, it was an exciting one for Newcastle's SG Ball Cup side as they managed to beat the South Sydney Rabbitohs 42-4. Right up at the local sports ground in Kowe. After the break, more heartache for the Newcastle Jets and the A-League's women as they go down to Western United.
Going and we know where you're going to. This is our town. It's here we're born and bred. Wanna see you go, wanna see you go. Wanna keep you moving ahead. This is our town. It belongs to you and me.
Call M&HF, your local Dakin air conditioning experts for sales, installation and service on all Dakin split system and ducted air conditioning. Call 1-800-444-911 for service.
Sailing away on the crest of a wave, it's like magic. Rolling, riding, slipping, and sliding, it's magic. Ooh, and your sweet desire, you took me. Oh, higher and higher. It's a living thing. It's a terrible thing to lose. It's a given thing. What a terrible thing to lose. It's a living thing.
Our environment, it's a living thing.
The big red ball from the bush to the bay. Yes, it's Lotto. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. It's the big one you want. It's the game for you. 'Cause it's the big red ball that makes dreams come true. Dreams come true. Dreams come true. The big red ball. The big red ball. It's the big red ball that makes dreams come true.
Summer deals now at Hadley's. This giant boulder men's mountain bike just $449. And this giant enchant ladies mountain bike just $449. Giant deals at Hadley's.
Now Harvey Norman for 36 months interest-free terms. 36 months interest-free on computers, printers, scanners, fax machines and much more. 36 months interest-free terms now at Harvey Norman. Minimum purchase $500, one-third deposit. Conditions apply. See store for details.
Wake up in the morning, gotta get the
the best way to start your day.
Winning, losing runs gone from bad to worse. This afternoon, losing 6-0 up at the number 2 sports ground to Western United was heartbreaking for the Jets. We're hoping to quickly secure a win.